Hi everybody, it's Mars to you again this week, going through the Ascendent Challenge. This week's Ascendant Challenge is Starlight, Starbright, First Untruth she'll craft tonight. Toland the Shattered. So I wanted to give you guys some tips and tricks on how to get through this solo. The first thing I would highly recommend is that you go to a public event and load up on your heavy. I prefer to use the sleeper simulant. You might prefer some other heavy, and that's fine as well. The second thing that I recommend, and I ran this as my hunter when I went back through it, and I liked the invisibility, and that's why I wanted to do that. And secondly, I recommend that you use the stompies. Because this week, if you like the big nights, and if you like shriekers, and if you like jumping, then this is the Ascendant Challenge for you. Because there's a lot of jumping, there's a lot of ads, there's a lot of nights, and there are quite a few shriekers in here. So I just kind of want to run through this to get to the end part of it, due to the fact that I was concerned that my tincture wasn't going to last long enough. So once we get into the Starlight Lost Sector, what I recommend if you're running through it first time is go ahead and kill all the ads and open the chest. The portal in the Chamber of Starlight is located right behind the chest. So if you end up falling or dying, you're going to end up having to deal with a bunch of ads, and it might even drop you down here. But in order to save time, I'm just going to go ahead and drink my tincture here, and then I'm going to go through the portal. Take your time on this one. That's kind of important. It's a lot harder than last week's challenge. So, as you can see, the portal is back there, right behind where the chest is at. And at the end, one thing, when you do spawn in and you finish the challenge, it'll spawn you back there with all the ads. So once you get here, you're going to see 3 knights. There's one, there's 2 to my right, and there's one more there. So right over on that side. You don't want to kill the knights, because what's going to happen is if you kill those 3 knights, they're going to respawn. So it makes 0 sense. Again, use your agility to your advantage. Go invis if you need to. As you can see the blasts coming in from the left. They also come over from the right and from the ground floor. So you're going to have to be cognizant of those. My stompies actually saved me there a few seconds ago, since it launched me off the platform, and you don't want to fall off the platform. So there's your first screecher to the left. There's one straight ahead. I went invisible here. I decided not to deal with them because they're going to start shooting from behind. And you get your invisibility fairly quickly. I want to stress the point that those blasts will shoot you off if you don't time them correctly. So here I jumped to the left side of the blast so that it wasn't directly in front of me, or to the side of me. This part you could go invisible as well. And those 3 knights, there they are. They just respawned right in front of you. So just keep going, ignore them. It takes a lot to take them out. You want to shoot those in order to be able to kind of get through this and not have to contend with them, because they will cause a lot of damage. Now be careful on this part. The actual, as you can see, there's ads behind me on the radar. Slide through this part or jump over it, and then slow down right here, because this part, the timing kind of gets off. right there, and then there's going to be one more up top that it seems that it wants to fire as soon as you come up to it. If you need to shoot the ads behind you, that's fine, but the knight is actually chasing you. Once you get to this part, these are rotating rocks again, just like from last week. So you want to be careful and try to get on a flat part and not stay on them too long, but you also want to time it right. So as you're timing this, shoot the spawns that were there. Just take your time here. Now you can jump to the right here, or if you feel that your agility is high enough, you could just jump straight ahead. And again, those blight will keep respawning. So I decided to time this right and go to the right one. Go to this top one. Now, there's some areas where you can actually stand on top. The problem with standing on top of those areas is shriekers are going to spawn if you stand in one spot too long. So I switched over to my shotgun, and there's my knight. Now, the great part about this is you only have to deal with one knight. You do not have to kill all three of them. Try to move along quite a bit, because what's going to happen is after you DPS the knight, he's going to end up disappearing. And then there's ads that show up. So he's standing there, and again, I'm taking my time here. I want to get my power level up as high as I can. I found a moment to do it. So I took my stompies off. Take your time. There he is. He will kill you with one slam. So there he goes, and he disappears. So that spawns a whole other set of ads here. I've already got him down to a fifth, so this shouldn't be too bad with the sleeper. He's down to 2/3. And you want to keep moving as much as possible. And he almost got me there. That's why I'm saying that when he respawns, you always want to keep an eye out on the radar. He disappears again. You know another set of ads are coming. And again, I tried to get on top of those ledges or those rocks, and you can actually get on top of these. But as soon as you're standing on top of those things, those shriekers show up. And then it kind of defeats the purpose, because now you're dealing with the shrieker shooting down at you. Getting rid of the ads. There he is. He's down to 1/4 left. So I got one more run through with this. I got plenty of sleepers left. I'm thinking if I need to at this point in time, I can use my shotgun as well. And we're done. So I hope that helped everybody out. And y'all have a good week. And I hope this helps out everybody with trying to get through it. Everybody take care. This is Marcy signing off.